A little leeway, sowing seeds of inspiration, one idea at a time. Okay, this may seem super obvious, but sometimes it's really nice to sit with super obvious things and really let them sink in, and let them sink in less obvious ways than maybe the very first thought that comes to your head. So what I was going to say is that practice is for the things that don't come easily or naturally to you. So yes, obviously, if you're wanting to learn how to play an instrument and you don't know how, it's not going to come easily to you at first, so you're going to need to practice to get better. But here is where you can apply it to some other things, maybe. Cast the net a little wider. So if you're, for instance, not good at being optimistic or positive, then that means you need to practice that. Practice looking at things through a hopeful lens, through a lens of gratitude, through a lens of, well, what might be a positive outcome rather than just a negative outcome. If you are not good at speaking kindly to yourself, if you beat yourself up a lot, then what you need to do is practice speaking kindly to yourself. If you are not good at making healthy choices, whether that's getting enough sleep, whether that's moving your body, whether that's eating healthier foods, whether that's resting and taking enough breaks to nourish yourself throughout the day, whatever that is, then that means that's something you need to practice. And the sneaky part about practice is that sometimes there are things that kind of come easily and naturally to you some of the time, but not all of the time. Like sometimes making healthy choices is easy for me, but not all of the time. And in those moments when it's not easy, that's where the practice comes in. So maybe you can just sit with, rather than like learning a sport, learning a hobby, learning a skill that is an interest, maybe you could turn your focus on what are some of the things internally that I need to practice. Do I need to practice confidence? Do I need to practice hope? Do I need to practice presence? And by practice, what do I mean? And how much allowance am I going to give myself for mistakes? I mean, listen, when you practice learning how to play the piano or hit a ball or whatever it is, you make a lot of mistakes and you give yourself a pass because you're just learning it. You've never done it before. And you can give yourself a pass with these internal things as well. If your MO is to beat yourself up, then that is what is going to come naturally or sneak in when you're feeling challenged or not so great or tired or whatever it is. So that's okay, because you're building the muscle for the other thing. So mistakes and unconscious behavior, it's going to happen, and that's why you need to practice. So when you can, when it gets in there, if you need to write little notes for yourself, if you need to practice only when you remember, if you need to do affirmations, whatever it is, right? Just practice and see if whatever you practice doesn't, little by little, start to become second nature. Start to have more ease. You start to remember it a little easier, a little sooner. And little by little, one day, you realize, oh my gosh, I know how to do that now. So think about it. What little trait could you practice?